Bueno, vamos a ver, no sé si ya estoy en vivo. Voy a revisar. Parece que sí. Sí, ya estoy en vivo. Bien. Bueno, bienvenidos a otro stream más de TikTok. O sea, yo. No pensaba transmitir hoy, pero bueno, es el aniversario, como todos saben. Hace un año empezó esta aventura de Mondstadt, este juego Genshin Impact, que entre muchas idas y venidas y entre los pocos protogemas que nos daban siempre, ha sido un buen juego. Es un juego entretenido, es un juego que ha traído mucha diversión a muchas personas, sobre todo a mí. Y bueno, vamos a ver de qué trata de qué trata este nuevo evento. No he empezado, así que quería traerlo al canal. Lo iba a transmitir por Twitch, pero dije, no, mejor vamos por YouTube. Se ha portado bien YouTube. Tuve un par de caídas con este sistema de YouTube, pero bueno, últimamente ha funcionado muy bien, así que bueno, vamos al Festival de la Luna. A ver, vamos a ver los detalles. Durante el Festival de la Luna podrás obtener recompensas al completar misiones de anécdotas de la Luna o al participar en los desafíos en busca del brillo lunar, rastros exquisitos. Rango de aventura 28 superior. Bien. 28, lo subieron. Espero que lleguen los de 20. Por lo regular llegaban hasta 20. Siempre decían para participar. Tengo a Kokomi, me salió. Lancé 2 deseos y me salió, así que bueno, qué buena suerte. Bellísima. Vamos a comenzar con el evento. ¿Qué tenemos acá? Que no hay nada más, solo es esto. Deben un segundo, solo un segundo. Hago algo. Esto deben un segundo porque estuve haciendo unas actualizaciones del sistema. Justo recuerdo que se me olvidó hacer algo. Bien, creo que ya estaría. No, aún no. Un segundo, por favor. Mil disculpas. Esto debí verificarlo antes. Pero nunca lo hago. A ver, va. Ahora sí, ya está. Listo, vamos a empezar. Bien, Festival de la Luna. Vamos por él. Dice con las manos en la masa. Perfecto. Bien, ¿dónde está? Se me perdió. Ah, no, está súper lejos. Ah, bien, es en Liyue. Hace rato no venía por acá. Solo a pescar. No sé cómo se estará viendo la transmisión, pero no sé qué personas están por ahí. Veo que hay una persona. Se está viendo bien, porque cambié el programa, hice unas actualizaciones nuevas. Me preocupaba que de pronto tuviera como tirones o algo así el juego. Espero que no.
Hey, guess who's here? Oh, no way! It's the Traveler and Paimon!
Ah, Traveler, welcome. Good to see you. What can I get for you?
We want some blackback perch stew!
All right, black back perch stew it is. Make yourselves at home. It'll be right out for you in just a moment.
Thanks, Chef Mao! I was just thinking about you guys, and now you're here. It feels like you heard my call and came running. You mean you were about to come looking for us? Uh-huh. There's something I want to discuss with you guys. Did you happen to see how the city looked on the way over here? Everyone's getting ready for the Moon Chase Festival. Moon Chase Festival? Is that another one of Liyue's ancient traditions? That's right! Moon Chase is a big festival where we celebrate the arrival of the fall by moonlight. The old folks say that thousands of years ago, this was the time of the year when the Adepti would seek the way. But it's completely different nowadays. We eat our favorite foods, spend time with friends and relatives, enjoy the moon and the flowers. So much easier. Basically, we just do all the things that people like doing and don't take a whole lot of effort. Sounds like Paimon's kind of festival. With your great taste in food, Moonchase Festival is sure to be to your liking. Hey, if you got a problem with Paimon's taste, just spit it out. So are you guys free these days? I'm taking part in this year's Masterful Chefs. If possible, I'd like you to be my culinary consultants.
That's right. Getting some suggestions from friends will broaden your horizons.
Masterful Chefs, huh? So is that like a competition? Right, yeah. I guess you probably haven't heard about it before. Every year, Moonchase Festival has a different theme, usually picked by the Qixing. This year's theme is Feast of the Bounteous Land, so the Qixing decided to organize a cooking competition. Feast of the Bounteous Land. Pretty much sums up what Leo is all about. Great theme. I totally agree. I heard it was Ningguang that came up with it. She's so amazing and so full of mystery. Well, I want to take part in the competition, but coming up with new dishes is hard work. By the time you finally thought of something, cooked it, taste tested it, it can be hard to judge whether you're really into something or not. So, I was thinking, I could get the two of you to help by gathering everyone's thoughts on what makes a great dish. I really want to think outside the box this time. This'll be a piece of cake! We've got friends from all over the map, haven't we? You sound pretty confident. Well, you know, not to brag or anything, but first things first, let's have a delicious one-man meal. After that, we can go around to all— Okay, great. Also, Golbat should be back soon, so we can all go together.
Here's your black-back perch stew, folks.
It smells so good.
Bien, parece que se trata, no quiero adelantarme, pero se trata como de muchas recetas y eso, más o menos con la primera vez que nos encontramos a Link. Pero con mucha gente, seguramente van a aparecer muchos otros personajes nuevos. Va, nuevos no, los con los que siempre hemos tenido contacto.
Can be a bit of a handful, so please look out for her while you're out and about.
Come on, Dad. Why would you say that?
Because I know you all too well, my dear. That's why. You mustn't be quite so reckless when you're out in the wild, you understand? You do well to be a little more cautious, like our traveler friend.
Don't worry. We're all friends here. Let's all look out for each other. Ah, and Guo was back. Roly-poling around as usual. All right, let's pack up and head out.
Bien, comenzó muy bien la misión, con las manos en la masa, el acto 1. Bien, busca gente con la que hablar. Vamos. Un momento, no sé cuánta resina, creo que... Bien. Voy a recoger primero acá. Los puntos. Las expediciones y vamos.
Add Astra.
Bien, hay que mandarlos a minar a todos. Ahora sí, vamos. Qué bonita misión, me gusta mucho. Hace muchísimo no había nada así como interesante en esta ciudad. En mi opinión es la mejor, mucho mejor que Mondstadt. La ciudad de los caballos que no tiene caballos. Ah, mira, gustado. Genial.
So, it's outside the box thinking that we're looking for, right? Hutao always seems to have a unique perspective, so let's make this our first stop. What? My ears are burning. Did somebody say my name? Yeah, it's Paimon and the Traveler. Oh, and Xiangling, too. Oh, of course, Hutao. Way outside the box. Meaning you're here for some other reason, right? How might I be of assistance? Well, Hu Tao, I wanted to ask you, what kind of food do you like? What food I like? Off the top of my head, I don't really have an answer.
Wow, so even Hu Tao gets lost for words sometimes. Paimon sure didn't see that coming.
Come on, even the chirpiest birds clock out for the night, right? I'm no different.
Pretty sure clocking out isn't something birds do, but okay.
Right! There's no need to overcomplicate it. Just pick a dish and tell me what you
Parece
like
que
about
este
it.
evento va a tratar más como de comidas o algo así, pues Xianling es la cocinera, ¿no?
Launching a new dish? Well,
Pensé que iba a ser algo como de combate o algo así. Seguramente más adelante. Igual es el primer acto, así que empezaron con lo más tranqui, seguramente.
Poached fish and shrimp dumplings. That's a bit ordinary, isn't it?
Y se trata de cocinar. Yo en el juego casi no tengo ingredientes y esas cosas.
Poached fish is hot and spicy with
A
a
ver.
powerful aroma. It's a dynamic dish. Add a side of shrimp dumplings, and there's your static component. Got it? Dynamic? Oh, I can do dynamic. Mushroom slime stew. Not that kind of dynamic. A dish is more than substance. It's a mood. Poached fish is red and spicy. It elicits a response from the eyes, ears, nose, and mouth. That's why I call it dynamic. Shrimp dumplings are more subdued, clear and smooth with a pure and subtle fragrance. I call that static. Combining dynamic and static.
Paimon didn't follow that at all. But
Okay, dynamic and static. Opposite, but
so is this just another way of saying you should keep everything balanced?
Nunca habían mostrado ¿cómo se llama? Guba caminando ni nada.
bingo! Except I don't think you need to have a sweet dish for it to be a complete meal. Personally, Okay, I think I got it. At first I thought you were just goofing around, but actually you make a really good point. How did I ever doubt you, Hu Tao? Thanks.
When it comes to telling tales, the storytellers have got nothing on Hu Tao.
Sounds suspiciously like a compliment to me. I'll take it. Uh-huh. Well, at least one of you gets it. Everything in this world runs on its own set of principles, be it the circle of life or sugar and spice. You either get it or you don't. Since the traveler seems to approve, I'll make sure to factor it in.
Paimon thinks we're pretty much done here now. Let's head to Boo Boo Pharmacy next.
Boo Boo Pharmacy? Yeah, you'll definitely get some interesting responses over there.
Bien, después de mucho hablar, nos mandaron a otro lugar. A ver, está hacia allá.
Let's move out. Allow me.
A ver. Vamos a donde Kiki y el tipo Dendro.
Let's move out.
Seguramente debe estar ahí. Creo que siempre está. Hace muchísimo no venía acá. Aquí está.
Oh, it's you. Is everything okay?
Why, if it isn't the special guest who seldom visit. Less busy than usual, I see. Yikes! What happened to Baishu's voice? Excuse me? The neck.
La serpiente habla. Ese tipo es todo un misterio. Va a ser genial. Si es un personaje jugable, va a ser genial.
Welcome. Here to procure an herbal remedy, I presume?
No. We actually came for the conversation this time. We're here to talk food.
I'm entering this year's cooking competition, so I wanted to ask you both. Oh, wait, there's 3 of you. I wanted to ask the 3 of you what kind of food you like.
Most astutely self-corrected, we shall surely supply our assistance. You need to know what food I like? It's all the same. No flavor.
Chi-Chi has some gustatory dysfunction and can't taste any food. Make no mistake, she's not being uncooperative.
Oh, I understand. That's fine. Still, I'd expect Chi-Chi to have some sort of dietary preferences, though. There must be some dishes that you like the sensation of. Sensation? Yes, there's one. Coconut milk. Nice and cold. Well, that doesn't help us. It's not a dish, it's a drink. How about you two? Any thoughts? I like bite-sized morsels of meat.
I agree with Chung Chung. Many of our patients are the elderly and young children. They find large chunks of fowl or seafood difficult to swallow and digest. Dishes where the ingredients have been finely chopped, on the other hand, are far more suitable for them. We also see plenty of people with colds and sore throats who find it difficult to eat rich food. From a purely pharmaceutical perspective, I tend to recommend soups and stews.
Got it. Would that be medicinal soups and stews? Medicinal soup. I don't like it.
I must apologize for having such a one-track mind. It's a little difficult to think about food without worrying about the health implications these days. We've had quite the endless stream of patients recently. If you ask me, I think the changing weather is to blame.
That's okay. Everyone's input counts. Keeping it seasonal and suitable for all ages sounds like a pretty good idea to Paimon. Medicinal dishes have higher demands in terms of nutritional balance than the kind of food I normally cook. I don't usually focus on medicinal properties, but since this is for a competition, maybe I can score more points by taking both flavor and function into account. Food with substance. Always better. Everyone will like it. It's a great suggestion. Thanks, everyone. You're welcome. As long as we could help. It's great to have a doctor's unique perspective. I'm feeling inspired.
Oh, how you flatter me.
Receptivity to sensible suggestions make for a savvy chef. Oh, she is! Creating new dishes is Xiangling's favorite thing to do. Everyone's got their hobbies, and mine is cooking.
Bueno, parece que este evento se trata 100% de cocinar y hacer como un recorrido. Esperaba que hubiera combates o algo así.
So we've got an independent thinker's perspective.
No lo sé.
And a health perspective.
Antes de empezar el stream coloqué a Jutao, a Jack, a Bennett y a Kokomi y dije porque va a haber combate, pero al parecer es cocinar. Coloqué los más... el equipo estrella. Nada, a ver, nada de combates. ¿Hacia dónde vamos? Ok, cerca. Ah, es hacia allá. Voy a tener que hacer el viejo truco. Teletransportación y regreso. ¡Ey! ¿Estas alas tan feas? No, 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 no. Estas le quedan bien. Ah, ok, claro, solo se las instalé en la PlayStation y acá no les sirven. Estas le quedan bien. Claro, solamente se pueden usar esas alas en la Play. Bien, a ver a quién nos encontramos acá. Ah, genial.
Oh, it's the traveler in Paimon. And Xiangling.
Greetings, friends. It's been a while.
Hey, what brings you here?
Has something happened? What's with this great big stone on the ground?
Long story. So, just to confirm, I will assume responsibility for handling this stone of unknown origin. Any objections?
None here. You know how to get things done, Kuching. As long as it's with you, I can rest easy knowing that it's in safe hands.
Should I take this to mean that you doubt the relative safety of leaving this in the hands of the Tianquan?
Huh? Well, for starters, Kuching is the one who's always out running errands, rain or shine. Besides, you don't seem to give a wooden more about this whole thing anyway, so what's it to you?
I was merely joking. You, meanwhile, seem only too ready to pounce when an opportunity to publicly lambaste me arises. Even when it means giving our poor mutual friend here the cold shoulder. By no means. You wish to know about the stone, I presume. Then let me invite the great seafarer Captain Beto to tell the story, if she would be so kind.
You... Fine. Well, it's a big one, right? And such a smooth surface, too. Makes you think there's gotta be a good chunk of jade in there.
It was found by a fishing crew, not far off the coast. It must have been underwater for years, so the erosion will be what's given it that smooth finish.
Finds like this cannot be kept as private property, and must be submitted to a holder of public office. Placing it into our custody will also give them peace of mind.
So, what's inside it?
Well, we've hit it with just about every weapon we could get our hands on and haven't managed to even dent it yet. Clearly there's more to it than meets the eye.
No weapon could smash it open. Wow. Paimon doesn't think we've ever encountered a stone like that before.
Kuching has taken an unusually keen interest in this giant stone, which is why we are leaving the matter in her capable hands.
Let's put that aside for a second. Traveler, what brings you here? Were you looking for someone?
Actually, we were looking for all of you. We need all hands on deck here.
Oh? Hopefully not because there's been some sort of cataclysmic event.
No, nothing like that. Paimon's just getting carried away. I just wanted to ask everyone about their food preferences.
Food preferences? That's a little unexpected.
I have rather simple tastes. Precise, pure, smart, and sophisticated. That is all I require.
That's your idea of simple, huh?
I summed up my culinary requirements in 4 words. Is that insufficiently simple for you?
A few weeks out on the open ocean would fix your flawed definition of simplicity, let me tell you that.
What about
Beto
Beto?
es lo mejor.
Me? If it's freshly cooked and piping hot, that floats my boat. If it's got a little chili pepper in there too, I'm one very happy captain.
Paimon thought you would have said bar food.
Oh, bar food works too.
As for me, it's got to be seafood.
Okay, got it. So, seafood, piping hot, and that's where I would disagree. Traveler, surely you've heard of golden shrimp balls.
Oh my, they're my favorite.
You need to wash and devein the shrimp, wrap it in finely sliced potato strips, then deep fry it to perfection. There's no room for cutting corners. They're very precisely put together. They taste pure, the presentation is smart, and the skill needed to cook them is highly sophisticated. It fits Ningguang's forward summary to the letter. Huh. So what you're saying is, for all the frills and trills, good food is all the same at the core?
I heartily agree. Golden shrimp balls are a prime example. Their essence lies in combining art and nutrition in a single package. It is a dish of true value.
Okay, got it. So Kuching loves golden shrimp balls.
I didn't say that. Did I?
No, at least not outright.
Alrighty. Thanks for all your input. I'll be sure to take it all into consideration.
Traveler, Paimon, do you have anything planned after this? Good. I'd like you to help me investigate something. It's about this stone.
Bien, buenísimo. Parece que ya empieza la acción. Elegiste a la gente adecuada para el trabajo. Investiguemos.
My thoughts exactly.
Bien.
The Chising has a public duty to deliver our final verdict to the fishermen, but there are also some things I would like to investigate
Genial.
on a personal level. I'm sure you've become acquainted with the general background of the Moonchase Festival. However, I have my own understanding of this festival's roots. My grandfather was a researcher of Liyue's traditions. In his notes, he indicated that there was a deity called the Stove God in ancient Liyue, which people paid tribute to at a certain time of the year. Very few written records make mention of the Stove God, and those that do are notoriously confusing. Some scholars believe that the Stove God was just another title held by the Lord of Geo, but others suggest that this was a different deity altogether. One folktale even claims that the ancients found the Stove God's shrine, but there was no statue. Only a huge, smooth slab of stone. Shortly after it was found, the stone was lost in transit, and it hasn't been seen since. This stone here has all the same features, so I suspect it could be the one that went missing all those years ago. After many years of researching ancient texts, my grandfather came to believe that the practice of paying seasonal tribute to the Stove God may be best described as a festival. He called it the Stove God Festival. That would make it the forerunner to the Moonchase Festival we know today. But this is all just theory and conjecture. To prove any of it, we'd need to start by identifying who the Stove God really... Now that Rex Lapis has passed on, and Liyue has entered the age of humankind, his successors should continue to respect our nation's culture and traditions, just as he did. That's why I think the responsibility for this situation should fall to me. It's a chance to shed light on our history, revitalize an ancient tradition, and possibly prove my grandfather's hypothesis along the way. With any luck, we'll nail all three in one fell swoop. It was just a couple of days ago that we received this stone. Right after we decided to use food as the central theme for this year's festival. It makes me wonder.
Maybe 3 birds with 1 stone, huh? That's pretty efficient, even for cooking.
Hey, don't worry about that. This sounds super important, so don't mind me. Besides, we're only...
Bien.
Wait a second. I got it! What? Why are you shouting? Kaching, can I tag along for your investigation? But... Since it's all about the
Bueno,
Stove God, I might get to learn
acá ahora
something
empieza el
useful about
combate.
cooking
Creo que
along the
llevamos
way.
20 minutos
Great
escuchándolos hablar. Está
inspiration
muy
for
linda la
being a
historia,
competition.
muy interesante.
Please, let me come along. I promise I'll help.
Tal vez muchas de las historias de Genshin Impact no han sido súper buenas, pero algunas las saben conectar muy bien y esta está muy interesante. Yo soy más del combate y eso, pero está chévere toda la historia hasta ahora.
Now that that's settled, time to get going. Chingsa
A ver.
Village is said to be home to a lot of historic...
Alright, then it's off to Chingsa we
A la
go.
aldea Chinsent. Bien, vamos. Vamos a hablar con Ninguna a ver qué dice.
Oh, sincerely, Beidou, you misunderstand me. I have many simple pleasures. I take a...
Huh. Well, everyone has their way of procrastinating,
Oh, sincerely, Beidou, you misunderstand me.
Huh. Well,
Oh, sincerely, Beidou, you misunderstand...
huh. Well,
Bien, pensé que decían algo diferente, se repite la conversación. Bien, vamos a la aldea Chinsent. Que está por acá arriba. A ver qué nos encontramos. Pam, pam, pam. A ver. Más conversaciones.
Hi, Granny. We need your help with something. Are there any old books around Chingsa Village? You know, from a really long time ago?
Oh, looking for ancient texts, are we? Let me think. There is an old warehouse over there, property of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Many books are stored inside. Those that...
The Feiyun Commerce Guild's youngest? You must be talking about Xingsho.
Paimon didn't know they had a warehouse here. Let's go take a look.
from that direction. Come on.
I've come here to clean the book warehouse plenty of times before.
Bien,
This is the
buenísimo.
first time I've
Algo
run
de
into these
peleita no
creeps.
estaba mal.
Are you
Nada
alright?
sobrevive a Kokomi y a Yaka.
Thanks to all of you. Hey, wait a minute. You're the traveler, aren't you? And you're with Lady Kuching.
We'll try not to take up too much of your time. I understand that this book warehouse is the property of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Advise whether we might find any text relating to the stove god in this collection?
The stove god? I heard that's the Lord of Geo, right?
Huh? Really?
Yeah, a friend of mine who conducts research mentioned it once before. We use stoves for cooking, and stoves are built from rock. Some people think that the stove is a gift from the Lord of Geo. And that's why they call him the stove god.
Seems logical enough. But do you have any books on the topic?
I'm sorry, I'd have to ask the young master about that.
Oh, any questions? Please, ask away.
Hey, it's Chongyun and Xingqiu.
Hello, one and all.
Interesante, el joven Chongyun nació en una familia exorcista y viaja por el mundo exorcizando espíritus. Es una persona honesta, seria y trabajadora y la misma presentación de siempre de él. Pensé que era algo como nuevo. Tal vez es para hacer la introducción a las personas que están iniciando el juego y no lo tienen. Como ya lo tenía. Por eso no me sorprendió. A ver, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasa? Me quedo ahí. Oh, lindo bug me acabo de comer. A ver. Por alguna razón. Me tocó. Fue intencional. Lo puedes conectar y conectar el control porque se quedó ahí. Claro.
And thought I'd come out this way for a bit of reading. And then I thought, why not bring Chongyun along too?
Yes. I'm just along for the ride, really.
I see the Yuheng Kuching is with you. Whatever brings you here must surely be a matter of grave importance.
Master Xingqiu, if I may be so bold, do you happen to know if there are any texts on the subject of the stove god among this collection?
Since I personally selected which volumes to store here, I do have some recollection of their contents. If my memory betrays me not, there is one volume among them called Demystifying the Legends of Liyue, which mentions the stove god.
Might I take a look?
Certainly. If it pleases my lady, I shall lead the way. Sheng, I will take care of things here. You're free to go about your own business.
They're back! So did you find it?
Yes, Master Xingqiu has quite an exceptional memory. Demystifying the Legends of Liyue does indeed mention the stove god. However, it says the following. The body of the dragon wielded a tail that could eclipse the sun, and claws to command fire and teach the ways of wisdom. Receiving the gift bequeathed unto them, humankind cooked food with fire, and that—
The body of a dragon? The stories about Rex Lapis say the same thing.
That much is true. But this is the only passage in the whole book. If we want to find out more, we'll have to continue our investigation. There's nothing further to discover here. It seems we'll have to look at other options.
I come from a long lineage of exorcists, and our family too has amassed a number of ancient texts. Now that you mention the stove god, I seem to recall reading somewhere that this god once appeared at the Guili Assembly. Of course, I can't say if it's true or not.
Books are penned by people. All they can do is show what the author was thinking. Everyone's mind is different, so every book on a given topic will give a different account. I
Bueno,
apologize.
no sé si esto contará como la misión legendaria de Quién,
Your help thus far
que
is
hasta el
quite
momento
ample.
nunca la hemos
Liyue
tenido.
is a vast and rich land, All things that existed here in the past have left their trace. So long as we do not abandon our search, it is sure to bear fruit eventually. Thank you all. We will continue our investigation elsewhere. Ah, hold up! I had a question too. Shincho, Chongyun, could you tell me what kind of
Food? Oh no. You're not thinking of taking part in the Masterful Chefs, are you?
Yeah, I totally am. What's wrong? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
Xiangling, this is a major event. I beg you, please don't cook anything strange for this competition.
What do you mean, strange?
Mushroom slime stew, to give one example.
Okay, fair enough. That dish isn't my most popular. But that's why I'm doing all this research, so I can create some really special dishes to win everyone over.
Well, in that case, I like cold food.
That's 'cause you can't handle hot and spicy, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right.
My tastes are on the mild side. I prefer gentle dishes with minimal seasoning. Soups and stews, vegetables and broth, seafood or freshwater fish, either boiled or steamed. These kinds of dishes,
No surprises from the Gugua Geek.
Okay, another mild child. Got it.
These are just personal preferences, and everyone's are quite different. Are you sure this eclectic mix of opinions will be of any use?
Of course! You're my customers, and putting a smile on customers' faces is my calling as a chef.
though Xiangling's market research blade stabs often into the dark, her heart never strays from the noble path.
If anyone can win the hearts and minds with their cooking, it's gotta be someone like Xiangling. She's got pure
No, where's all this praise coming from? Knock it off, guys. You're embarrassing me. Sorry for holding you all up. That's all I needed to know. Shall we carry on with the investigation now?
Over to you, Kuching. Where to next?
So we've learned the Stove God allegedly made an appearance at the Guili Assembly. But today that place is largely a wasteland with few traces of human activity. Longshuin is close by, so let's stop off there on the way over and see what we can find out.
Forgive us, for this is where we must—
Yes, best of luck. If you run into any difficulties, come and find—
Let's go! Next stop, Wangshu Inn.
Listo, vamos a la posada de Wangshu. A ver qué hay, no tengo ni idea dónde es. Ve a la posada y habla con el sonriente Yan Xiao. Yan Xiao, ¿dónde es? No tenemos indicación. Ve a la posada de Yan Xiao. ¿Será que por acá la encuentro? Posada. No veo. Posada de Linshu. O así. Una persona está actualmente en otra misión, no puede unirse a la misión actual. ¿Quién? Oh, no. ¿No la puedo hacer? Claro que no. Ve a la posada de Wangshu y habla con el sonriente Yan Xiao. La posada de Yan Xiao viene siendo esta. Ah, ya sé qué misión. Acá es la posada. ¿Dónde está? Acá. Claro. Claro, no puedo hacer esta misión porque yo tengo una misión acá antes. Oh, no. A ver. Se me alargó la misión. Claro, yo tengo una misión acá. Esta. Un plato fuera de este mundo. Parece que algo le molesta a Lian Xiao. Esta misión. Corta la carne. A ver, ¿cuál era el objetivo de esta misión? Sentarse, tal vez. ¿A qué sabrá este plato? Bien, dice, echa agua en la olla. ¿Cuál olla? Por favor, ok, está acá. Les pongo una medusa si les gusta. Usa la temperatura del fuego. Bien, habla con Jan Sue. Déjame probarlo. Este sabor es exquisito. Vamos rápido con esta misión. Esta misión no tiene nada que ver con el evento, ¿sí? Por si alguien lo está viendo. Es una misión que tenía aleatoria que había tomado en algún momento. Nunca la hice. Dan una receta. Bien, gracias. Rápido. Es una receta violeta la que dan acá. Es una receta buena. Pero no es el momento porque quiero hacer... Bien, la completé. Eso era. Receta, vamos a ver qué es. Acá está. Dice así. Pollo con textura de tofu. Una receta interesante. No la tenía, es nueva. Unas cuantas moras. Ah, no hay fuego. Amigo, no enciende la cocina y es el chef. A ver. Era violeta, debe ser esta, ¿no? Esta entonces, no. ¿Dónde habrá quedado la receta? Bien, no importa. Bueno, ahora sí podemos continuar con la misión principal. Bien. Vamos. Ah, y aquí estoy, es en la posada. Creo que habría... todo era en el mismo lugar. Qué genio que soy. A ver.
Huh? Oh, traveler. Who are all these people?
Friends of ours! Allow Paimon to introduce Xiangling, Guoba, and Kuching.
Kuching? Of the Chishing? She's...
Hi.
It's not that. It's... I mean, I'm just your typical commoner. I've never met someone as high up as the Yuhang before in my whole life.
Look at that strong body, those powerful hands, and honest eyes. This guy must be a really great chef.
So, is there something I can help you with? You've come a long way out to end up at Wangshu Inn.
Let me fill you in.
Ah, okay. I see.
Legends claim that the Stove God once appeared at the Guili Assembly. As Wangshu Inn is the oldest extant building in this area, any historical texts from around these parts are likely to have ended up here. Is there a room in this inn for storing books? And if there is, do any of them mention the Stove God?
Well, now that you mention it, we do have a fair few ancient texts here. I remember looking through an old recipe book once. I just need to remember where they're all stored. If you're happy to wait here for a few minutes, I'll go have a look right away. Oh, traveler, there's something I need to discuss with you.
What is it? We need to pay up or something?
What? No, I wouldn't take your money. We're all friends here. I just wanted to ask if you had the time to make a satisfying salad for me.
A satisfying salad? What for?
Yeah, guy who hangs out on the roof terrace, you know? Good-looking fella, not too tall.
Shh! Don't you think he can hear you?
Oh, right.
Hola, ña.
Yeah, maybe.
Qué curioso. Bien, bien. ¿Y tú cómo estás? Acá estoy con esta misión que pensé que iba a ser con muchísima más acción, pero al parecer se trata todo más de cocinar y cocinar. Este es el primer acto. No sé en cuánto se dividirá. Si será uno solamente, no creo. Pero pensé que iba a ser un poco más de combate o algo así, pero al parecer es todo cocina, cocina y mucho hablar. Seguramente va a pasar algo muy interesante, pero no veo porque solo hablan de comida aún.
All right then. Wait right here. I'll be just 1 minute.
Clock is ticking. 59, 58.
Sorry for the trouble, traveler.
La historia está muy bonita, está muy chévere todo, pero hace falta como un poco más de acción.
Thank you ever so much.
While Kuching's reading her book, let's make that satisfying salad. Xiangling, what are you gonna do?
Y no sé, y también estoy esperando a ver si dan las protogemas que iban a dar, porque sé que Iban a dar algunos, bueno, lo del aniversario, lo que habían anunciado antes, y no lo he podido reclamar. No sé si tengo que desbloquear algo o será al terminar el evento, esta misión. Yo tengo muchas ganas de ver la espada, que es como un pescado. No sé si ya la viste. Ah, ¿estás ahí? Buenísimo. Sí, quiero ver la misión de... Me quiero conseguir la espada del pescado. No la necesito, pero la quiero ver. Me gustaría probarla con Beidou. Seguramente va a ser muy buena. Beidou y Tartaglia son muy buenos. Es muy buena combinación y con esa espada van a ser muy buenas. Seguramente van a ser útiles para el abismo.
You finished cooking? Good timing. We finished our reading too.
And? Useful? Or no?
Useful. There is a passage concerning the stove god, and it's not what we were expecting. I quote, 60 miles to the northwest is the Gueli Assembly. Many were settled there.
Me parece que ya vamos a ir a un lugar bien específico y seguramente ahí va a haber combates. Justo ayer me salió a Kokomi. Lancé 2 deseos porque necesitaba que me saliera algo repetido para el brillo estelar. Y me salió Kokomi. No iba a lanzar por ella. Me gusta mucho, es muy buen personaje, pero quería guardar muchas gemas y me salió. Pero bueno, estoy muy contento, la estuve probando hoy y me gustó. Es muy buena y ella, Kokomi, en combinación con Ayaka, es excelente. Muy buena.
Taking the text at face value, that is what it says.
Went out among the common folk and taught them to create fire. So did the stove god really go and teach people how to cook firsthand?
Now that's a god who truly cared for their people.
So, we've got 2 leads, but they contradict each other.
By continuing our investigation and reserving judgment for now. Thank you for this text, Yanxiao.
It's my pleasure, really. Think nothing of it. If anything, I should be thanking the traveler. Listen, you've helped me an awful lot. Not just today, but in the past, too. I want to make it up to you properly, and as it happens, things are pretty quiet here today. So I'd like to take the chance to treat you all.
Wow, he sure sounds confident in his cooking. I like that. Confidence is one of the best ingredients a chef can have. I really want to try his cooking. I say we take him up on his offer.
It's hard to refuse a generous offer like that. Yes, I think we can fit this in. Yanxiao, we await your culinary creations with great anticipation.
I won't disappoint.
Bien. Parece que no va a haber pelea próximamente. Es ir abajo y sentarse a comer. Bien, vamos a ver. Que me le robo a este tipo los duraznitos que tiene acá. ¡No!
Everybody, please be seated!
You think you own the place.
I'll sit here with Goba. Lo.
Here we are. That's everything you ordered.
It all smells amazing. I think I've met my fellow finalist. It smells beautiful.
Strange. I never would have guessed that such a gifted chef worked here. This inn isn't particularly known for its food.
Everyone likes a good meal, whether they're staying
No.
the night or just stopping by for a bite.
Creo y me temo que toda la misión va a ser de comida.
We have to cater to all aspects of daily life to make this a true home away from home. Please enjoy your meal at your leisure. I should get back to work now.
Yanxiao, are you taking part in this year's Masterful Chefs?
Huh? You too?
Yup, I've signed up already, and I've got my eyes on the prize. Your cooking's delicious, Yanxiao. I'm really looking forward to...
Huh. Interesting. All right, I'll see you there.
What was that? Some kind of power move?
No, it seemed more sportsmanlike than that.
Yup, he's a really talented chef.
His food was
Oh,
excellent,
no.
and it showed he has a level-headed personality. That's the kind of I haven't had any competitive
Ya me está dando hambre de tanto ver
since my
comida.
cook-off with Brooke in Springvale. You're too kind. Groba, what are you doing?
Globa's eating the...
Those were Kuchings. How could you steal them while she wasn't looking? Oh,
Me cae bien, boba.
my golden shrimp balls.
Huh? You ate every last one? Groba, we've been through this. When we're with friends, you gotta be on your best behavior, okay? I'm so sorry, Kuching. I promise I'll make it up to you.
What's the big deal? We can just get another plate. After all, it's Yunxiao's treat today.
It's not the same, though. The moment's gone. Sure, you can eat something else, but you can never go back and change the feeling of despair as your food is snatched away from right under your nose. The dining experience is a trinity of emotion, food, and atmosphere, and you've got to have all...
Por favor.
Say, now that you mention it, that is a very
¿Cuánto más
accurate
van a
appraisal
hablar
of
de
the
comida?
situation.
I'm gonna make it up
Ya
to
me
you,
dio hambre
Kuching.
pa' mí.
Is there anything you want to eat? Anything at all?
I don't have high hopes for this. But equally, I don't want her feeling guilty. If you insist, there is one dish that perhaps you could...
No problem.
Bien, ¿qué receta hay que preparar, por favor?
Traveler, have you finished eating? Before we do anything else, let's head back to Liu.
Bien. Ahora vamos a Liyue. Vamos a ver qué nos encontramos. Seguramente vamos a hablar un poco más de comida. A ver, ¿dónde está?
I need to go home to fetch my grandfather's notes. Let's meet at Wanman Restaurant later.
Great! I'll go get everything ready. Traveler, what about you? Are you gonna do your own thing for a while, or do you want...
I actually have something to discuss with him. You go ahead. We'll join you later.
Okay, gotcha.
Traveler, come here for a moment. I need your advice on something. What do I need to do to get along with Xiangling?
Seriously? That's what's stressing you out?
What's so strange about it? Why are you looking at me like that?
You're super smart, and you're always so sure of yourself. Paimon thought you'd never need advice from anyone about anything.
Well, that's just ridiculous. Xiangling's always so warm and friendly with me. This time especially. And now she's desperate to do me a favor. So, is that supposed to mean... I'm just not used to dealing with people who are so warm right from the get-go. How exactly am I supposed to respond to that? Okay. Noted. Thank you, Traveler. I'll see you again shortly.
What's making Kuching so self-conscious? Paimon thought nobody would be...
Bien. Continuamos. Ahora habla con Xianling. Vamos a ver de qué se trata.
Hey, we're here!
Hey, grab a seat. I'm just running through my ingredients.
Oh, we're gonna do this now?
Pensé que iba a ser un concurso de comida, pero no estamos cocinando. Muy bien, pues tienes que dárselo a Paimon.
Okay, so back at Longshu Inn, we noticed you and Kuching were getting along.
Yep. Kuching's good-natured and easy to be around. The kind of person
You're a braver person than Paimon. The first time we met Kuching, Paimon found her pretty.
You think so? I remember thinking straight away that she was really easy to get along with. Didn't you see her sneaking treats to...
Yeah, she's great. We know that now.
First impressions? Oh, okay.
Bien, vamos a ver.
We've eaten shellfish before, but I don't think we've ever tried eating them grilled.
Oh, you're missing out.
Bueno, creo que esta es
I'll cook some for you
oficialmente
another
la
time.
Primera misión que se habla tanto. No me estoy quejando, me gusta. Está interesante la historia.
A little closed off at first.
Está interesante,
But when you
pero...
get to know her, she's got us.
Pero
Not
ya.
to mention that even after her
Basta.
favorite food was stolen away, she was still happy looking after Guoba.
You make a good point. You know, Xiangling's intuition for people seems really spot on. Is that why she took a liking to Kuching so quickly?
All right, let's see. We're okay for carrots and crab.
Huh? What was that noise?
What's going on?
Bien, llegó el momento que estaba esperando.
Ah, it's the ladybird!
Excuse me, one shall not be addressed in such a manner. One
No,
shall
es.
be known as Adeptus, whose name, should you care to mention it, is Cloud Retainer.
Cloud Retainer. That does sound like an Adeptus name.
Well spoken. One shall let this young lady's enlightened words atone for the ignorant ones of her friend. A while it has indeed been, traveler. Does one surmise correctly that you hasten? Ah, so even the illustrious traveler has been summoned to attend the Moonchase Festival.
The theme? You mean Feast of the Bounteous Land?
The very same. Moonchase Festival falls during the season when many cooking ingredients are ripe. Hence, it is a fitting time to enjoy the finest of foods.
Bien, si no me equivoco, la preservadora de las nubes va a ser el próximo arconte, según lo que se ha filtrado por ahí, pero igual son especulaciones. Por ahora no es nada oficial. Por supuesto no va a ser oficial en un largo tiempo, pero esta parece que va a ser la próxima arconte que vamos a tener disponible. Para la cual deberíamos ahorrar todos muchísimas protogemas. Y justo estoy viendo que hay un cofre al fondo. ¿Lo están viendo? Hay un buen cofre ahí.
Supreme Cuisine? What?
What's a supreme cuisine?
Patience. One's purpose here today is to meet and to greet. Nothing further. All shall be revealed before your very eyes when the time arrives.
Bien, buenísimo.
Traveler, you are one who has witnessed much of the culinary world.
Oh, so we're officially invited?
Gustaría buenísimo que la mostraran en la forma humana. Sería genial, pero no creo que pase. Lo van a reservar seguramente.
I shall say no more and dwell here no longer. Await my word. Be there or beware.
Oh, qué genial, qué genial. Este arconte va a ser espectacular.
She seemed like someone very prestigious and very talented at cooking. What are you all huddled together over here for? The Adeptus left already.
Yay! Kuching's back!
Sorry I kept you waiting, Xiangling. This is the recipe from my grandfather's notes. They're not in the best condition, so rather than bring them out of the house, unfortunately, the texts my grandfather worked with were very old. Usually faded, damaged, or both. Some parts are missing from this recipe.
Oh, okay. Let me take a look.
Give me some time. I need to look into it. Sorry for the trouble. You're all here?
That voice sounds familiar.
Sorry to interrupt
Ganyu,
your
qué
conversation.
bien.
I was in the area buying a few things, and I heard the disturbance.
Un alboroto, dice.
To come take a look. You mean Cloud Retainer? I saw her too. She just suddenly showed up right in the middle of the street. Whatever adeptal power that was, she certainly knows how to make an entrance. Lady Kuching, you saw her too? Do you, have a moment? I need to discuss something with you. What is it, Ganyu? Has something urgent come up while I've been out? No, it's nothing work-related. I wanted to ask about, something personal. Is that okay? A personal matter? Involving me? Surely I haven't done anything improper. Please, Lady Kuching?
Vamos a ver qué pasa. Por favor.
Okay. I noticed Cloud Retainer was here for quite a while. Did she say anything about... me? About your childhood?
Ah, sí, me parece que algo del lore de ella es así. De Ganyu.
Thank goodness. I was getting
Pero no recuerdo qué decía bien sobre la creación de ella.
She tends to go off on all sorts of tangents. so I was worried she might have bored you with some stories about me.
Your name didn't even come up, so you've nothing to worry about. Kuching, how are you not asking a bunch of questions right now? There's obviously some juicy
Please, no, don't do that to me.
Of course not. Whatever it is, I'm not curious and I'm not going to ask. If Ganyu has a secret and she wishes to keep it that way, nobody should make it their business to try and get it out of her. That's just basic decency, is it not? Yes, ma'am. Paimon will never bring it up again.
Kuching, thank you. You're so kind and considerate. I've always seen that in you.
What's that got to do with... Honestly. Go on, you should be getting back now.
Oh my, you're right. I should. Okay, everyone. Please excuse me. I should get back to work now. Take good care of Kuching for me.
Hey, what are you trying to say? Don't worry, Ganyu. We will.
Thanks. Hope to see you again soon.
Just ignore her. Hey, everyone! I just had an idea. It only occurred to me when that Adeptus showed up. Do you think the Stove God could be an Adeptus too? Ooh, could be! I don't want to assert either way, but it seems highly likely. In that case, we should go ask the Adepti about it. I think my master might be able to help. Master? You mean your teacher is an Adeptus? Uh-huh. She's over at Yujing Terrace. Come on, I'll introduce you.
Bien, vamos a ver que continúan. De la terraza Yujin. Vamos a llegar desde arriba. Acomodamos acá.
Respect must be given to the will of every creature. Each fish in the ocean swims in its own direction.
Bien, ahora ¿a dónde? Es como que vamos a terminar haciendo un recorrido con todos los personajes que nos hemos encontrado en Liyue. Está muy bonito porque ya esto pasó hace muchísimo tiempo ya. Pero es hablar y hablar. Creo que me voy a quedar con las ganas de ver el arma en forma de pez.
Hello. Master, we came here because we have a question for you.
Of course I know the Stove God.
Does this mean you know them personally?
Ah, I see. How interesting. So you came to hear some stories about the Stove God.
That's right. We're investigating something that happened recently.
I see. The great stone surfaces. I must commend your guesswork this far. I did indeed know the Stove God of whom you speak, but it was a great many years ago. Moonchase was originally a rite observed by the Adepti, not something in which the ordinary people of Liyue would ever partake. But over the years, they have sought to emulate it for themselves many times, giving rise to various festivals bearing the Moonchase name. On nights when the moon shone bright, everybody would get together for joyful reunions. There would be fine food, fine wines, and choice teas. Later, Rex Lapis unified all of these various festivals under the Moonchase name to honor an old friend of his.
Rex
Que no había
Lapis.
notado que estaba tapando un poquito el texto, así que subí un poquito la imagen. Así
That
que mejor.
friend made many contributions to Liyue, and Rex Lapis would not have them go unrecognized. Turning this season into a commemoration of his old friend was also a way to honor that friendship. I can only presume that the Stove God Festival was one of the many subsumed into the Moon Chase Festival.
In the hands of Rex Lapis, our nation's traditions were faithfully upheld. It is to their detriment that we must now be the ones to inherit this duty.
Ah, Kuching, I simply won't allow you to be so down on yourself. Nothing would delight Rex Lapis more than to know that those who follow in his footsteps continue to value these traditions and our work.
Thank you.
Lady Kuching!
Bien, aquí viene el combate.
Lady Kuching! Lady Ningguang wishes to speak with you.
Ningguang's looking for me? Must be important. Please excuse me, everyone. If I'm not back soon, you'll find me at Ningguang's office.
El momento que estábamos esperando.
There she goes.
Los Fatui regresaron y va a haber un combate o algo así.
She's a lot more serious when she...
Do you want to know who Rex Lapis's friend?
¿Quién era el amigo de Rex Lapis, señora?
Yes, precisely. There are few genuine coincidences in the world. The story of the Lost Festival and the Stove God was a good friend of mine, too. What a pity it is that the...
How could that happen?
It is to everyone's regret that the Stove God passed. But gods cannot be fully destroyed, and we made a pact to...
Really? Master, you must miss the Stove God a lot, right?
Yes. Thinking back on it all, there are many fond memories. I'm pleasantly surprised to find that Kuching is investigating this. She is a tenacious child, and anything she sets her mind to, she will diligently pursue. Unfortunately, however, Kuching's
Por
grandfather...
favor.
You knew Kuching.
Voy a acelerar un poquito el
Of
texto
course, I count all the people of Liyue
porque
among
está
my good
eterno.
friends. I remember when he was the same age as Kuching is now, grandparent and
Me gustaría que hubiera así como un evento de cocina y toque cocinar como muchísimas cosas al mismo tiempo. Así súper rápido.
Bold enough to see it through to the... I like to think of Liyue
Tipo
as my
Masterchef.
own little potted plant. I've watched it grow and blossom, and it grows more beautiful all the time. For new blossoms must bloom. My dears, you are absolutely right. I should like to see the...
Let's move out. You're all here. I was just about to send someone to fetch you.
Kuching, has the stone undergone any...
A crack has appeared in one corner, but we still can't tell what's inside.
What happened? Did someone chip it while no one else was looking?
More likely a natural occurrence. Our weapons have had no effect on it.
How would a natural occur?
This is because the Stove God draws power from the actions of the masses. The heat of a busy kitchen. The joy of a reunion.
All the books say the Stove God...
Statues draw power from their people. So, if the Stove God has dominion over cooking, could it be that the passion people put into the... Ningguang and I chose Feast of the Bounteous Land as this year's theme, and now every chef signed up for the competition is busy
Plus, a lot of families have reunion feasts around this time. With everyone back home, the whole city's bustling with people, and that adds a lot to the... So if the stone cracked because Liyue started getting festive, that must mean that when the festive fever peaks, that's gotta be it. Right, Master?
Well, we'll have to see then, won't we?